So now guys, in this particular lecture, we will discuss about the if-else condition, if-else statement. So what is a if-else statement? Here you have a if block, okay? And you will have the else block also. Like in the else block also, you can write the statements. So it depends on that. If your condition is true, so your interpreter will visit to the if block. If condition is false, it will visit into the else block. Depends on that, whatever the condition you have write down, okay? So this is the syntax of your if else, and this is again the indentation. You can see here one type of space you must have to follow. So let's check without wasting of time. Let's write down the code using a simple if else. What we can do, there are multiple problems we can try. First of all, let's try a very simple problem. Enter the age of user and check if the age is greater than 18. 18. So print you are eligible for vote, else not eligible. Okay, else not eligible. So what I want to see here, guys, that using a if else, we have to write a very simple code here. Enter the age of the user and check if the age is greater than 18 or not. So if else condition is the perfect choice for this type of problem statement, because in this particular problem statement, we have to check, we have to first of all accept the input from the user, and that is the age, the value of age we have to accept. So I'm going to write here the age is equal to enter, and the input function I'm going to take here, that is enter your age. This is a very simple code. Enter your age, fine, and I'm going to check the condition, because this is what a single input we have taken. So if age is greater than equal to 18, greater than equal to 18, that is the right things we have to take here, colon. Age is greater than equal to 18 means obviously, because if the person who just completed 18, they are also eligible. So if you just write down the greater than, then it is going to accept the only 19, not a 18. But you know that 18, those who have completed their 18, they are also eligible for the voting. Okay, so print function I'm going to write here, or give a one simple message: you are eligible, you are eligible for vote, right? You are eligible for vote. And the second, the else block, you can see here I'm just following my syntax properly. You must have to follow that, otherwise you will get the compile time error. So print, and the beauty of this VS Code is that it will show you the error immediately here. If you make any syntactical mistake, it will just highlight that line of code. Okay, so I'm going to show you this. You are eligible for vote, that is true. And you are not eligible, you are not eligible for vote, right? For voting card. So this is a very simple message we are providing from here. uh, like we are accepting the age. So let's run. And if I'm going to enter here, enter your age. So if I'm going to write 20, so 20 will store in the age variable. It will check, it will come here and check 20 is greater than 18, condition true. It will come here and print the you are eligible for vote. And after that, it will directly visit to the outside of if block and outside of else block. It is not going to visit on the else block. So if else condition is clearly mentioned that if your condition is true, so if block is going to execute. And if the if block is done, so after that, it is not going to visit on the else block. Okay, it's a either or like that. So if your if condition is true, then okay, it will come directly outside of the if else block. If the condition is not true, like here if I've given the 20, so we are getting you are eligible for vote, and this is only one message we are receiving. Again, if I'm going to run here, and if I enter the value like for example 17, so you are not eligible for vote. So 17 is stored in the age. First of all, definitely it will check the if condition. If 17 is greater than 18 or not, it is not greater. Obviously, you know that 17 is less than 18, the value of 18. So the value 18, okay. So this condition will false this time. And when the if condition will false, so it will comes to the else block. If the if condition is false, then it will come to the else block, right? Just remember. So if the condition is false, it will come to the else block and print you are not eligible for vote. So we are getting that message. Let's try another program. Let's try another problem. Let's clear the screen. One example I'm going to try here. That is a very common example everybody take. Enter one number and check even and odd. Means you have to check that number, entered number is even or odd. So instead of this age variable, means you can take the same variable also, but I'm changing that. Okay, I'm just changing this because naming convention, if you maintain this kind of practice to take a proper variable name or as per the naming convention, our rule, so it will help you when you work on the project, right? So num, this time I'm going to use it here, num mod 2 equal to 0. So you can see here that if the you enter the number, if you have entered the number, not age, enter any one number, right? So whatever the number you have entered, that is going to be stored in the num variable, and it will check. You know that if I'm going to divide any number by 2, so if you divide any number by 2, and obviously if you're getting a remainder 0, so that means that is a even number, right? This is a very simple logic, everybody knows. If you divide any number by 2 and if you get a remainder as a 0, means that number is a even number. And here this modulus operator is responsible to return the direct numbers, right? This modulus operator. So suppose if I have entered the value like a 10, so 10 will be stored in that num, and 10 mod 2 means if I'm going to divide a 10 by 2, we will get the remainder 0. So this remainder operator, this modulus operator directly return the remainder, that is a 0, and that 0, that returned value is going to be compared with the with this 0 value. If both the value is same, obviously the value is going to be same. So this condition is true, it will come here and it will give the message like even number, right? This is what we have given the message. Else, if your condition is not true, if block is false, right? Suppose you have entered the value like 11. 11, if you divide by the 2 and you know that you will not receive you won't receive a remainder as a 0. So definitely here you will receive some decimal point value, some floating point base value, and that is not going to be equal to 0. So this condition will false and it will come to the else block. So here I'm writing a odd number, right? So this is based on the requirement, based on the condition you have to write down here, guys, and that is you can decide. So you can check here that enter any one number, like I have entered a value, first value like 10. We are getting even number. If I'm going to write here, this colon is not a compulsory. I'm just writing. If you don't want it, there is no need to write it. Okay. If I'm going to enter the odd number like 11, so we are getting a odd number. So this is a very simple logic, and that is what we have implemented using this if else block. So when you have two types of statement you have to execute, and that two types of statement, that condition is decide, and that condition is based on based on like if the condition is true, so this particular statement should execute. If the condition is false, so that particular statement should execute. So that is you can implement that kind of logical statements using this if else block. That is going to be help you. So this is a very basic things, and later on you can try a more and more example on that, so it will help you to get understand these things. So I hope you have understood this particular lecture, guys, and we'll see you in the next lecture with a different block, right? Means we can take the nested if else block.